Hello everybody, this is video tip 4 in our video tip series on our YouTube channel, Golf Revolution LC. You can see I've got an oversized club here today, and what we're going to talk about today is club face position. When we're referring to club face position, we're referring to the position of the club face at the top of the backswing. There is 3 main positions that you could adopt. First one we're going to talk about is the square club face position. This is normally done with a very much neutral grip, orthodox golf grip. Okay, both palms fairly facing each other, and then gripping. Okay, and when I take this up to the top of the backswing, the club face, right? The club face position is 45 degrees across. Okay, so my neutral grip, take the club face about 45 degrees across. Okay, and the club face is matching the angle of my left arm and left hand there. Okay, so that's what we call square club face position, when those two angles are matching. Now from here, what I can do is I can just rotate my body and rotate my left arm down to the ball, down to impact, and the club face will be square. The reason I could do that, because I had my neutral grip, both palms facing each other. So at impact, address, my left wrist vertical to the ground. I'm just going to turn and roll that left arm to the top of the swing, where it's nice and flat, and then I can just turn and roll that left arm back to vertical to the ground at impact. Okay, so if we get our club face at the top of the backswing matching the angle of that left wrist, then pretty much the face of the club is your left wrist. They're matching, they're exactly the same. So if I rotate my left arm back down to vertical to the ground, the club face will be vertical to the ground and square to the target. So it's a very easy way to keep the club face rotating consistently and consistently squaring up your club face at impact. And that's the one 8 out of 10 golfers I teach would use, and about 80 to 85% I would say of PGA Tour players would use that combination of what we call a square club face. The other variation you could use is an open club face, right? So this would be the grip a little bit weaker than average, weaker than normal. Okay, so normal grip, we would have that rotate a little bit to the left. Okay, a weaker grip in both hands. From there, that would allow the left arm to rotate a little bit more on the backswing, on the takeaway. The toe of the club would be more up and down. Usually what happens in this sort of swing as well is the arms lift and get a bit higher, so you get a higher, more vertical arc of the swing. There's a bit of cupping in that left wrist, and the toe of the club is hanging straight down to the ground. Okay, so from here you can see nothing's matching, so I have to really be faster with my arms coming down. I have to swing my arms faster and rotate them a little bit more to square that face up. And that's one of the advantages of this type of choice of the club face position, is it can generate more club head speed because you're swinging your arms faster during the downswing. A couple of components of that method would be, well, it's not really a method, that choice of club face position would be Jeff Ogilvy. Ernie Els, in most of his career, had the toe hanging down. Phil Mickelson, in some points during his career, has had the toe hanging down as well. So, you know, their body's a lot slower and their arms a lot faster. Okay, it can create really good speed, really good height you can get with the shots too. Really high long irons is one of the features of that model of swing. The only problem is it's harder to time. You know, if you don't have those two angles matching here, if you have the toe hanging down, you know, if you get a little bit fast with the arms, you'll over rotate the facer point left. If you get a bit harder drive with the legs, okay, you're going to leave the face open and you're going to get a cut. So a lot more timing involved. That's why really the super talented guys make it work, and they're obviously great short games. Most people have that toe down position and really good exponent to the short game as well. Really creative and really handsy, really great with their hands. The other option is the closed club face position. You know, most of the time this would be a stronger grip, both hands sort of rotated around to the right. Okay, palm facing down more rather than palm opposite. Okay, club face would go back really closed, facing the ground, right palm sort of facing the ground, and then my left arm would go a lot more across my chest, a lot flatter arc of the swing. I would have a lot more of an arch, what we call an arch in this, or bow in this left wrist, and the face would be looking to the sky. Okay, quite hard to do. So from that closed club face position, obviously it's harder on the body because I'm creating a lot more of a twisting force, a torque on my left wrist, faces to the sky, and I have to really pull and turn my lower body like crazy to keep that club face square. You can see how much turn I have here. One of the benefits of that option is that it's really good under pressure if you can do it, because you're not using any hands at all, or any arms really. All you're doing is you're getting to the top of your swing and you're just pulling like crazy on the lower part of your body, and you're taking your hands completely out of it. So it's a really good way to play under pressure if you can do it, but it's really hard on your body. As I said, you're putting a lot of twisting force on the left wrist and on your lower back, and you have to really drive hard with the legs coming down. So, you know, you have to be pretty athletic to make that work, and you have to have a lot of speed, because if you're getting the club face closed and delivering a lot less loft, dynamic loft at impact, you know, if you don't have a lot of speed, the ball's just going to come out flat and low. So, you know, again, a couple of golfers use that, you know, David Duval, Paul Lazinger, that Scottish golfer Martin Laird, Dustin Johnson, those types of guys. And if you look at them, except Duval these days, who seems to be, you know, dipping his fingers in the donut jar a bit too often, but they're good specimens. You know, they're good athletes. Dustin Johnson, Martin Laird, really athletic. GMAC would use that as well, although he's starting to go away from that. He's trying to get a bit more square. So there's different choices you can use, but just beware that there's plus and minuses of the variations. So bear that in mind when you choose.